Internasional. Nasional. Pakai. Dorong.
Team Empire's turn to ban.
Komandan. Makan pagi dulu guys.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Infamous's turn to pick.
Invoker.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Udah nyo. Pak bisa lontong bang. Apa drop ya bang?
Woi, ada kapal datang dari RNA.
Kapal dari arah RNA. Info ke
Lewat dah. Mana? Nampak dah bang sekolah. Banyak. พอใจมันเบียดรถเต็มปะ
Team Empire's turn to
Juggernaut.
Juggernaut.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Infamous's turn to ban.
Skor apa dulu ya bang?
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Assalamualaikum. Kau skor kali 8 lah.
Infamous's turn to pick. Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining. Team Empire's turn to pick.
Axe.
Ten seconds remaining. 5 seconds remaining.
Ada orang di atas dah. Ni lari kat atas. Jangan buang langsung predator tu.
Choose your hero.
Cakap saya. Wah, kita arkisti.
Main AWP di atas lah.
Prepare for battle.
Each blow sharpens my blade.
They're all dead! Это просто нечто. Это ГГ! They're all dead! Боже, ты
Each blow
посмотри
sharpens my
вокруг, что
blade.
происходит! Боже, ты посмотри вокруг, что
30 seconds
происходит!
to battle.
Each blow sharpens my blade.
What is the solution here? I don't know.
The battle begins.
Guide of it please.
Oi, belakang oi.
My blade is
The first killing blow delivered.
first blood.
Resolution, right?
Musa ke belakang ke rumah Sofia.
Die!
Antiseptic shock. By morning, you'll be not afraid in the dark.
Mental support.
Oh, bounty! Invisibility!
Game.
EG's turn to pick.
RS duo. Awas, oi. Ri. Nampak badan Ri.
If he
There's just no switching
this
here,
space.
right? Like, we're not gonna get suddenly a mid-miracle shaker. He has played it, I believe, in the Shanghai Invitational.
Depends what
10
EG's mid is.
seconds remaining.
Generally, the mid shaker does a lot better agaagainst melee heroes.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, like, shaker faces voice just not a combo, really.
Miracle Shadow Shaman. Like no tail mid.
Hero-nya bercanda lagi.
I think it's
Lihat
just a
pohon arah
silence.
150.
That used to be a big thing in Heroes.
Siapa carry-nya nih?
Polywog Preet. That was his.
Are you not afraid of
Now
getting
select
fired at
your
all?
heroes.
Just,
Mirana, Sumail
some
pasti itu.
game. Maybe you'll get magically deported
Dia
despite
ada
having
Gira.
a US
I'll get
passport.
deported?
Yeah.
I'll get deported for mentioning Han? Suddenly Valve is also...
Give TSA a call. Sir, we got a suspicious figure here.
I don't think you even know what TSA does. TSA does not have the right to deport me.
TSA touches me a lot when I go to the airport and talk to me.
Lumi, you were not hired for your immigration expertise.
Neither is Bulldog, so we're all... Alright, we got the Lone Druid final pick. So this is gonna be the Artor. The RTC.
Akhirnya mid versus mid, Sumail. Sumail.
LD, I'm gonna need you to focus here.
Maybe you should have made that comment then. But alright, here we go. Yeah, Arteezy on the Lone Druid. Lone Druid last pick. How do you feel the Lone Druid like fits into the overall game plan here?
I think Lone Druid very good against Kuro's hero, like very little that Shadow Shaman could do. Puts a lot of pressure on Miracle as well, and could help his ally or himself with the bear able to proc off that Savage Roar to, let's say, save somebody when they get Chrono and stuff like that. It is very awkward in terms of how he'll have to play it. But overall, I think he's gonna lane much better against the Nature's Prophet. Remember last game, he just lost the 1v1 against Mind Control, probably vanished lane.
Okay. See if that turns out the case. Liquid do smoke immediately on the
Prepare for
down
battle.
to EG. The teams are gonna. So as far as our laning setup goes, it will be the mid. Be a safe lane Lone Druid. Sometimes we see the male Mirana there. So as far as laning setup goes, completely standard from EG and what you would expect. Looks like the same for Liquid. No shenanigans here, no Void mid or Tri-Lane mid, just straight up classic though.
I wonder what Miracle's skill build will be this when the Chinese silencers go mid, like your SCCC or maybe they love to actually max the curse, as it does very nicely in kind of your standard 2v2 mid situation. Curse just gives you so much more damage. The slow allows you to get off a couple more right clicks.
30 seconds.
I've never seen Miracle go mid with this hero, so we shall sit here and learn it. Or learning not to what to do with it. We're learning either way, so it's fine.
Life is learning.
There you go. I'm just trying to, like, you know, absolve myself of this situation, but you just like
I'm just hammering it home. Yeah. Goes EG. Lane for the off lane. Heading there. Gonna be the Shaker starting off to help a bit mid. Quid assembling the tri-lane initially. Bottom. He's actually carrying a TP guard.
Who is? Sorry?
Kuroki on the Shadow Shaman. Expecting this 1v1 matchup.
You have no right.
Without shit on the bear, but wants to get one soon.
Bahaya nih Ki, bisa menang ya Ki nih Ki.
I can't recall last time I've seen RT.
Hah?
Yeah, I don't think so either.
Like when he used to be on EG, and they did pick it. Like Fear always.
Yes, exactly.
So, I mean, he is kind of in the Fear role now.
It's also a very different role because RTZ lately has been playing things like Venom and Razor, like somebody that doesn't eat up a lot of farm. I think this is a departure to that, like going back to his original,
EG sengaja dibikin dia mau low bracket nih.
Carry. I think Lone Druid is more of that hero.
Yeah, hopefully not 1v5.
There's one optionnya yang juara satu sebelumnya.
They're trying to dual lane against Miracle, at least initially. It's not working out so hot. Already 5-1, even with the Mirana bullying crit out of the lane. Nice name up Sansu. Very high damage up from mid. Pretty good at lane control.
And this is where, if he has Curse, I think will help him lane a little bit better. The last word is decent against him now, but I don't think he's short on regen. Like, he's gonna just eat the Curse and salve up or whatever.
Ini kok ini kelihatannya nggak serius, itu masalahnya.
I think where the Void is really good is that they're not gonna get completely
tadi bisa siapa tuh pick hero mid kayak Storm kayak atau siapa. Tak apa. Mana tadi? Tadi game pertama. Game pertama tadi asli bercanda.
Once the bounty run, and Zai is gonna snag it as well as force the Shaker on his heels. So big win.
Ya sih.
Yeah, going back to your point about the off lane, not only is the Void a little bit more durable compared to the Lycan,
tapi Storm tuh apa tadi Void tadi nggak bisa farming di mid, nggak bisa apa-apa dia di mid sama apa tadi. Di mid tadi kalah kali ya lawan Broad tadi.
Universe's effectiveness will get limited pretty hard.
For now, some small adjustments to the lanes here and there, but Zai does come back to the bottom. Shackles off, they're going to try to make their move on. Mr. Zai is still only level 1, and he might be the first blood, indeed he will be.
Berangan saya.
Point in Shackles, perhaps unexpected. Really, you do see the...
Lelaki.
Ban. Ngantuk kan, Ban?
Oh, ganti kau awak kau main.
Kalau base.
Sekis padamu.
It is a totem. Got them range.
say it like that.
Learning with Lumi.
Learning English with Lumi. Boy, that would be a great series. Got them range. Let's start with that little phrase right there.
Yeah.
Haste.
That might actually take longer than all of the internationals back to back.
Nggak, Ipan aja di coach saya. Pan. Ki, udah berubah aja Ki, nggak 2 lagi doh Ki. Nggak kali 2 lagi doh. Oi Don, kau nak main Don? Beko lah kota orang tu, masuk aja cari di Gokian cara main lah.
Gets the shackles up with the Hex. They're diving this tower. They're taking this tower. Sumail's gonna go down. Kuro once more. He probably tower is not cooperating. In fact, GH has to be careful. They might try to go on him too. Fissure, timed, but not placed. Just right. Be able to retreat. Crit's just gonna chill and wait it out.
EG won the kind of the numerical side of things. It was a 2-for-1. GH just walks in here right onto Crit. But the fact that they killed the Mirana first, you could make the argument that, you know, it's Radiant getting experience killing the more important hero. It wasn't all bad for Liquid.
One big thing you mentioned, Lumi, in the draft, and it certainly has been the case thus far, like Mind Control is not going to crush Arteezy. In fact, Arteezy is crushing Mind Control now when it comes to CS at least. He's 21 CS up. Granted, probably a few of those are Treants, but still winning his lane pretty handily. Also, keeping the Nature's Prophet locked here. If he leaves the lane to go gank, then all of a sudden the tower gets burned.
Look at the level of disparity, not just talk about farm. That's a level 5 Nature's Prophet to a level 7 Arteezy. Savage Roar?
Here goes the shackles, the counterplay from Zai with the stomp, and now Kuro on the run. Good rotation by Zai, keeping his carry alive.
I wonder in a scenario like this where you're expected to 1v1 for so long, whether it's good to upgrade your boots to phase boots. It's really not done anymore on the Spear Bearer, and Arteezy deems it not important to do so in this game. But I imagine he would be dumpstering even harder on the Prophet if he had it.
GH getting slowed down here by Crit. Pursue this any further. A lot of movement from both teams, mostly centered around the middle lane it seems, but so far not all that many kills. Certainly had higher here on day one. As we look away from the laning stage more towards mid game, I think Government getting harassed a bit here by Universal. Taiwan off that damage, should be okay. What's the... oh, Chrono. Alright, Chrono 1, go for the other. That's something fresh, but Tomohedi just wanted the move speed, and it seems move speed's all he needed in the end.
I think the game plan for Liquid is to use their long cooldown ultimate, your globals, your Chronos here, to set up a kill, and then use your Rastas and your Prophets to have to get an objective after it. Ooh, Fairy Fire.
Send on the mid lane on Sumail. Fissure comes through, and Liquid playing around the Prophet, playing around the rotations of GH. 2 back-to-back kills. Nice stuff for them.
I think you could just look back in this series, regardless how the result goes, and say Liquid is just playing, to me, a little bit faster, a little bit better over EG. It's not that EG is not executing properly or anything, it's just that Liquid is just one step ahead. That is the difference. They're 5-0, EG's 2-0.
Lasso on the bottom lane, they're going to need some follow-up here. Sumail gets off the arrow. Well-timed rotation nets them to kill. Obviously with Chrono on cooldown, it's probably a better time to die as a Void than when you could be potentially setting up the
prize is mine.
Nonetheless, a good one. I mean, how are you feeling about the mid-silencer this far? You got CS pretty heavily as Control getting picked off side of that mid lane. Definitely not dominating his lane. He did have to deal with 2 heroes for a lot of it.
Is under attack.
this a game where Miracle can take over on the Silencer?
I'm not sure. Honestly, I'm not impressed with the way that the Silencer has been playing. But the beauty of the Silencer mid is that you don't have to be dumpstering the enemy. You could just, you know, part of it is your global, right? Your ultimate. So even if you're not having the earliest impact, you're still effective. You're still helpful to the team. So I guess wait and see is the reply to your question.
Yeah, you wait and see for the Bat Rider to blink in, and then you hopefully global and can turn that fight around. But
right
here comes the ganking party. Miracle gonna get slowed down. No global yet. Oh, there you go.
Okay.
He is gonna global. He interrupts the stomp. He keeps himself alive. The rotation scrambles in. Jitch could cut off 2 here with the fissure. He only gets 1. Zai just walks idly by him. I'll at least get the Wyvern kill. Miracle. A +2 for him. That's a total of +6, but I keep on looking at this top lane, Lumi, and Arteezy is uncontested, 81 CS. He's not actually the leader in net worth. That title goes to Sumail on the Mirana, but he's still about to take a tier 1 death.
Oh, deny! The Treants!
0 Treants. Meanwhile, back in the river, Fissure on 2, but now the chase is on. Liquid have overplayed their hand. They've got to back away. There is a Chrono available, but Tumbaman can make something happen, but he needs damage to dump into that Chrono. That is one area where they're lacking, as the Shaman will fall. Amount of AoE and the amount of nuke damage they can lob into a Chrono is very limited.
Arteezy now joins bottom, teleports in, walks away from the smoke, and is looking to set up a bait of some sort here. It's like, hey, I'm by myself. And all of a sudden, Bat Rider shows up. He doesn't have Lasso though, so I'm not sure how much he could do.
Probably hoping GH overextends. It does seem like EG wants to try and play more aggressively, take more fights as the Savage Roar pushes Matumbo away.
GH in the trees by himself. He is isolated. Crit peppering him with that Arctic Burn. And he is going to just get run down.
Nice pick. Well, is it a pick? Is it a pick? Is it a pick?
I mean,
GH still running. Surely he dies here.
Stop.
Hey, again.
I think Crit could have, or sorry, Zai could have stopped any time, but he's like trying to get his core to kill. Not doing that.
So they're using this Lone Druid as their early push tool. Takes the hero on top. Now he's going to rotate bottom, do the same. Very different from game 1 in that regard, where Liquid had a massive tower advantage. That is not the case here. You've only lost 1, and they have taken with that bottom tower falling too.
Top lane, GH in position here. Arctic Burn cooling down relatively soon here. Can the bird fly away? Alright.
Cold Embrace, he's got stick. He could get off a Winter's Curse. He doesn't have a TP.
Okay.
He goes for the creep curse and then he tries to walk away. GH giving him the punch. Mind control, giving him the auto attack, and down he goes. Meanwhile in the mid lane, action also breaking out there as Liquid are on the chase. Kuroki's gonna fall. Now Zai chasing forward. They've got the numbers advantage here at this point. Miracle's likely to drop as well. That's a extra kill. Zai on the killing spree. Another death for the Silencer.
Yeah.
Still no Midas at 12 minutes. Miracle is not having a great start.
I mean, a large part of that is doing EG's persistence on non-stop ganking mid, right? You know, it may be unfair to say whether Silencer is a good pick this game. No hero's a good pick when they send 4 gank parties. But I think the bigger problem is that we're walking into mid-game, Arteezy is super fat, and Miracle's got a hero that does not match up well at all against the Spirit Bear. So I am quite concerned with the Silencer.
Is there a point where Liquid's lineup kicks it up a notch? Is there something in particular that's really going to change the complexion of the game for them?
I think Liquid, the way that their lineup scales is like pretty linear. It's not like a hero where, like, for example, Spectre picks up Radiance and you're fighting for just spikes, like really heavy, right? I don't think there is any one big item like that for Team Liquid. So like, if they're gonna fall behind, they're gonna be behind for a while until they can slowly win one team fight, claw yourself back. This is definitely not a good sign for Team Liquid. I like to see them use their Chrono and Global together and get something going, but again, it goes back to the draft. Like, what are you comboing with that Chrono? It's just not really that much.
Yeah, like Nature's Wrath and I don't know. If somehow they're all on the side of the Chrono,
it's just like, yeah.
Lassoed and top lane. Universe had a pretty rough lane, but been able to make effective plays despite that, and despite the fact he only now gets his blink. There was a setup in the mid. Meanwhile, Sumail jumping in into the R-Splitter. And another pickoff. The kills just keep on rolling in for EG. Being too flustered by the potential turnaround of a Global or Chrono. In fact, that Chrono only now closed down.
My man steals a Haste Rune and it's out of there. So, I really appreciate another great performance from Zai on the Elder Titan. Like, for 15 minutes in the game, he's pretty much been in every single kill. Like, I think he's missed 3 kills, and he's just so effective. And this is like, we're not seeing him combining with the rest of the team yet in terms of like the curse into Earthsplitter that you mentioned during the draft. So I think moving forward, this is definitely a hero that teams have to worry about when facing up against EG, or rather also Digital Chaos, because Boba invented that hero, so he's going to be playing it too.
And that's a big ally, an X factor in the draft. If there's a hero like that, then most people would want to ban or consider that you have to work with. But we're in the game now, and that's where Universe is going to go down. Liquid, pretty hefty commitment, dropping the Chrono for that. We'll get the kill. But Arteezy just really farming bottom all the while. He is not going Radiance, though. Something we used to see more of was that Maelstrom build. Kind of fell by the wayside, but
it was like
bringing it back.
You know, it's normally like a Midas into Radiance or Maelstrom, but no Midas either. GH popping that Shrine. Global comes through. They're going to take a team fight. Echo Slam's going to be there. They will take down the Sumail. Question is, can they take down Crit as well? Crit still tangling up a little bit. Enchant Totem ready to go. And I do believe Crit, with that stun hitting him, he should go down. Meanwhile, on the other half of the team fight, great Earthsplitter coming back in. Mind Control should just get burned down. The wards gets committed. They want Zai, and they will get Zai. But
they might get more. They're still chasing. Actually, Kuroki might die here. He's roasting in the flames. Easy double, fed back the other way. That's costly. EG salvage what looked like a really bad fight. Yep. Arteezy is going for that full right-click build now.
Oh, he's going just straight build?
Looks like.
I say that with a tone of surprise because normally when you see Lone Druid nowadays, it's just all bear, right? Like, it was Midas, Radiance, and you just go into melee form.
It was what, like a 3 to 4 month period where everyone was doing that range, like
long sniper
with a bear.
Yeah, pretty much.
Radiance,
I mean, I love that though.
I guess I was just not really paying attention. The fact that he doesn't have boots on his bear should be a telltale sign, right? Like, normally when you see more of the bear build, you definitely invest the boots on him, at the very least.
The sad bear. Yeah. Not been adorned with a whole lot. Been given an Orb of Venom, a Quelling Blade, and Stout Shield. Easy as abusing that poor animal for his own twisted purposes.
I guess if you're looking up against who you're facing against, being just a long-range right-clicker, it's just good against heroes like Prophet and Void, right? The further you stay from those heroes, the better.
Radiance middle
you still retain on the whole demolish bear bushing, and you will take down yet another tower.
Radiance
tower hits the deck, no deny for the trainer this time. Verse pushes in. They are trying to split push a little bit with the Tumba Man top and Mind Control bottom, but Lumi, they are not the split push lineup that they were last game. They could drop the wards, the Prophet can do a little bit. There's some long cooldown story out there, and
yeah,
certainly just not as good at taking objectives as they were.
LD, take me back. Talk about kind of range Lone Druid as kind of like a force in the mid and late game. Do you think he's... Like, I think one of the strengths of the carry Lone Druid is the fact that you had a ridiculous respawn talent back in the day, right? Was it minus 60 second or something crazy like that?
Yeah.
And you don't have that now, so... Is that... Like, can you even play that kind of style without that respawn talent?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think, to your point, like, how good is the bear actually this game in fights? You've got a lot of control for him, whether it's just sprouting the bear, shackling, or hexing it. The fish, like, tons of AoE from the Shaker and the Void. So, I think in that regard, this is potentially a more, like, suitable build for the matchup. At this point, everyone on their lineup is effectively a pretty long-range damage dealer as Liquid Smoke and get caught by a Dire Scan. So yeah, I think you made a good point that it suits the matchup. Even if it's not like on paper like you know, having the same steroids and ability that he did in previous patches.
I mean, at the same time, I think having Radiance against these like relatively squishy int heroes like Shadow Shaman, Silencer is nice. But looks like we're not going to see a Radiance.
Dire's top tower
See how progresses. There's going to be the Hurricane Pike next. Another good way to get off things like Sprout and whatnot.
Sad thing is, even if the Baron has nothing on it, it's still worth just as much when you feed it, and it's a lot easier to kill without those items, so careful.
So if Wards gets committed, I think they could just clean that up pretty quickly if they want.
Affecting EG's ability to defend towers here.
Tower is gonna have to get denied.
Well, somebody else be able to.
I mean, that I think was a pretty prime, easy deny there, but
yeah, if they both went for the deny, I think they could have had it. Well, Sumail alone would have had them.
Sumail, we haven't talked about him too much, but one thing that I do want to mention is that Mirana scaling into mid and late game as a right clicker, pretty amazing. She has one of the highest int gain, sorry, not int gain, agility gain. Out of agility, I think it's actually the second highest agility gain out of all of the agility heroes, sitting at 3.6.
Yes.
As you imagine.
Don't forget about that leap.
Yeah, sure. I mean, if you get to 25,
the leap talent, you get the damage talent.
Oh, for the bear,
you get the attack speed talent.
Man,
Mirana can be a decent right clicker with the talent introduction to the talent tree.
Most people have been going for the hey, I'm gonna go for an Axe as a farming item and then back into right click. This is actually the first time for me to see a
straight right click.
Like straight right click. And the problem with this build is that it takes a long time to come online because Mirana needs like at least 2 to 3 items to come online, and generally Axe served as an item that made you relevant early as you scale back into a right clicker. But this game, he has Arteezy to be kind of the gap.
EG smoked, wanting to make the move here on Matoma, and the global came out quickly, and then GH spraying the trap. He catches 2. Now the chrono follow-up, locking them down. Can they finish the trip? They get the bashes. They get the kills. Global, absolutely massive there. A 2 for 2 thus far. Make it 3 down for EG. And KuroKy once more. He's chased after Sumail, but Sumail got the Manta off. The illusions are killing him. Where's the backup? Kuro doesn't have it. A 3 for 3, a bloodbath mid. Even the Radiant Courier serving itself up on a silver platter. EG do keep their big damage dealers alive, though. Wow. And they want to push now.
We saw game 1, GH coming in here, preventing the Sumail Chronosphere. That was absolutely huge. This man could see into the future, and he just did right there. And what a turnaround. I do believe Crit made a mistake on the Winter's Curse, as the Curse prevented the Mirana from finishing the kill. We're going to watch this team fight one more time, and look at how prepared GH comes in. Bang! Hits a 2-man Chronosphere.
The global was also almost instantaneous, like maybe half a second reaction time there.
And then we're going to see Crit's Curse. I think Crit's Curse prevented Sumail from right-clicking and killing him there, but was able to actually isolate Mind Control in the backline and kill him there.
Yeah, good job by Mind Control trying to silence the Wyvern. It was like a split second late, unfortunately, but that is his number 1 target in these fights, I would say. Maybe the Elder Titan. He's lucky to kill.
Mid lane.
Get silenced up, but Liquid really want to take a fight with no Echo, with no Chrono, with no Global. This is not a great time to be engaging. They're on the run. EG are going to punish them for this. They get the root follow-up kill coming through on Kuro, the fissure from GH. Quite late here to try and save the team. They will eat away a few freebies, and now EG into that Roche pit. With the power of Leap, I think they get this pretty easily.
Yeah, no Chronosphere like you mentioned, although it's back at 10. Global is still down for 10 more or so. Yeah, they're gonna get this Aegis. I gotta say, if you finish day 1 splitting games against all the teams you face against, you're probably not too happy, especially if you're EG, but if they could split the series against Team Liquid, who's been just running truck over everybody, it might not be the worst.
You just get 1 point a game, right? They had 1 TI where I think you got 3 points for a 2-0, but I don't think they've ever done that again. So, yeah, splitting games is just fun.
Radiant are scanning.
Oh, he picks up the Maelstrom, so double Maelstrom. Manta. Obviously, Mirana gives you a lot of attack speed, so that's a small point of additional synergy with the leap, but that'll also help Arteezy combine that with Rabid.
Yeah, the Manta, obviously, for the global, he wants to still have the ability to escape or fire heroes and whatnot. And this is where, as an agility carry, you're getting to a point where you look, it's butterfly. Can I just take over the game? or do I need something like a MKB to deal with, you know, mischance and evasions and stuff like that?
Well, there's nothing like that now. So I mean, I just think Butterfly is an incredible value item. It also helps you just farm and move around the map faster with the move speed.
There's also things like, you know, do you see Ghost Scepter from coming out? Then you might want to think about a Fusel Blade. I don't think anything like that is also coming out. So Butterfly straight up looks like a option.
Man, Ghost Scepter used to just be the for value, just like buy it for the stats, and who cares if you even get the active. But fairly forgotten item, Fusel Blade being as good as it is.
Yeah.
Ghost Scepter itself having been nerfed over the year.
The coin of the realm.
Reminds me of another old one was the classic was the Racer Gaming. Bone 7 Dota. And we were talking about him earlier.
Bone 7 Dota.
Oh no, I think with him it was the Null Tallies. Bracer Gaming was what else? His was the Null Tallies.
Crit.
But here we go in the mid lane. They're trying to set up a crit. The turnaround comes from Sumail, but now he gets global. Silence to control the Chrono. He interrupts Sumail as he tries to pounce out. The cat lady has been caged. They kill her once. Can they do it a second time? They try to finish off Zai. They haven't done the job just yet, and now Mind Control's in trouble, dragging him away. Matumba Man chases Sumail, but it's a fool's errand. Now he's in danger. Miracle coming back into the fight, but it's into the waiting arms of Arteezy, who controls it with the bear. They're fighting under the wards, but it's not enough damage. The Earth Splitter cuts them off, deleting the full 5-man squad of Liquid, who now find themselves in danger. Tier 2 about to be mowed down.
Maybe even Tier 3. Yeah, like you respawn as Void and Silencer, but you don't have your Global or your Chrono. This is definitely going to be a Tier 3, if not more after that. Sumail is going to jump forward for that attack speed for his team. We'll see.
They might go for the full Rax here, Lumi. There is no Chrono available, there is no Echo Slam, there are no wards, there is no Global. That is at least half the firepower of Liquid in an actual full-scale engagement. Mirana, Lone Druid, these carries hit just as hard right now, but EG want to risk it. They are pretty low.
They will respect.
They decide to back away. I almost think they could have forced the issue there, but perhaps not worth the risk.
Yep. So very unfortunate. It was a good Chrono. It was just unfortunate in the sense that Sumail had the Aegis. So it was almost like he didn't catch him in the Chrono. And the other big problem is that right now EG has 2 very strong physical damage dealers. And I feel like Liquid is in a situation where the Chrono almost has to hit both for them to have a chance to win these team fights. Because if it doesn't, I don't know. It's just too much damage output from EG.
It's very difficult otherwise. I think that's Mind Control is closing on a Silver Edge. That will be a big help to try and mitigate some of that damage. Secret has sprung a little trap for him, planning the Sentry Ward down as he farms. Then Mind Control is going to go for the arena round here. Crit hides under the Sentry.
That's the Sentry.
Is a likely trap. Silence comes through. Sprout is there, but he's already flying away. Arteezy's in the neighborhood as reinforcements. Dusts upon dust, and the counter dust reigns supreme.
He could have easily used Savage Roar to just save Crit, but like, how good get a kill?
They're going to commit for this though. The Global was used after GH got lassoed. Now the Yule Scepter comes through. They're going to back away. They were smoking to try and reinforce this position, but the Shaker's been overrun. They'll sack him as well. That's 2 down.
That's a Global down.
And
just
a Global as well.
That's going to be another Tier 2. Miracle, they ping him out.
Liquid, all that discipline we saw in Game 1, all the cool comments Liquid Dota, escaping them now, and EG stepping up to the plate in a big way.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
They might finally be able to take a game off Liquid, who have just been unstoppable so far in the groups. Yeah.
Radiant's top tower.
And like you said, it's a very important game for EG. You don't want to go into day 2 2-4. If Train 3 feels manageable, all you have to do is win, you know, a couple of matches, maybe you tie the rest, and you're likely to get through the upper half, but you go in 2-4 and suddenly you have very little margin for error the rest of the way.
And, you know, for EG fans out there, this could be arguably the toughest day in terms of the opponent, the quality of opponent that they're facing. I think the rest of the group might be a little
Well, there's LGD, right?
Yeah, LGD is the other tough team, but... I think
and I mean, I do remember there have been TIs in the past. God, who was it at TI3 or TI4? There was somebody who went 6-0 on day 1.
I just
didn't make it to the playoffs,
yeah.
I want to say. God, was that Liquid? That might have been.
It sounds like a very old Liquid-esque thing.
I can't remember it. Melody is really kicking in Lumi.
Radiant are
Man.
scanning.
You got that sleeping voice going on as well. Thank goodness this is the last game of the day.
I have energy.
I don't know.
I'm saving it.
Saving
for the right play.
Saving strats for the TI main event. You're saving your vocal cords.
I'm saving myself for Dota that is worthy of hype. I've learned from my WoW days.
Man, this is
when I was a young lad.
This is not the LDI Casa whiff.
No more chat wheel.
Like the LDI Casa whiff back in TI3, like vocal core was dead at the finals, and you're like, just
vocal cords were
in.
dead after the group stage. I came to TI2,
and you were still going in. You know, there's no saving vocal cords. You just go in.
We don't need more WoWs. The world has enough WoWs.
Or not enough, depending on who you are.
Alright, well, then you can create them.
Alright, bring me back to this game, LD. I feel a little lost. You know, the Go Graph says EG 10k lead.
Well, Lumi, it's the year 2017.
Thank you, keep going.
We are currently at a hotel in great city of Seattle.
Alright.
This is not Bulba's Liquid. Kuro's.
Unseen.
Explains a lot, actually, now that you say it like that.
And meanwhile, Liquid are 5-0, EG are 2-3, but they're looking to make it 3-3 as a smoke Liquid. For that opening, the Moonlight Shadow quickly activated to ensure their retreat. Miracle sticks around, though. Miracle sticks around,
curse him,
though. They actually don't see. Oh, they get him with the curse. And there was, to be honest, and now he's in a lot of trouble being pounded. The arrow comes through. Beautiful connection. Of all the heroes to die, that might be the worst, and he's out for a minute.
I think he wanted to force sap down the river, and his hero just kind of turned in the trees. And the result was, you know, it looked pretty questionable, but...
The seeds of fortune.
What has the Silencer done for you, LD? Because it has done jack all for me in this game.
I would agree. There was one good, the global mid where they turned the fight around.
That was more GH. Let's be real for a second.
It was like the combo, but yeah, even then it wasn't just the Silencer. It hasn't been all that effective. I do think Silencer generally struggles a lot more against heavy physical damage cores, especially ones who aren't super reliant on spells to do damage in fights. I think Mirana and Lone Druid both fall in that category. I also think EG just hits so hard right now that like the timing has to be absolutely pristine to avoid someone just dying. Like, you global after the lasso, Sumail, or Arteezy might just kill them anyway, so. I do think it's a tough Silencer game. It's not like there's a storm or something, right, where like a perfectly timed global before he gets his like counter, like a BKB or something can actually counter him. Just not one of those Silencers.
Well, he's going into a refresher next. Like, do you think the addition of a second global matters a lot? Or at all? It's just like you said, I feel like EG is more or less, I don't want to say like immune to it, they're pretty resistant to a global in the sense that they can still fight pretty hard.
Yeah, I think they go and right click it. Like, yeah. I think if Liquid want to take a team fight, it's actually more about the Shaker and the Void. Yeah, I think the Silencer is just kind of buying them the right time to take that fight, and I go back to your point of they lack damage in the Chrono. Like, imagine if they had, say, Alina instead of the Silencer, which was available for their last pick. I'm trying to think if there's anything else better. I think Queen of Pain might have been available.
Sure.
That could have served them well in this stage. But yeah, it does feel like the Silencer's pulling off as he gets lassoed, trapped. The one hero that you can't afford to lose might just die at the beginning of this fight. He does get off the global. The Chrono comes out from Matumba Man. He saves the Time Walk. They drop the wards. It's basically the dream scenario for Liquid as nobody dies even through that initiation. They get all their spells off and they still are losing the fight. Mind Control on the run. Sumail running him down, gunning after him with the arrows, and the wards get farmed up anyway. Now it's just feeling like the raw numbers are working against Liquid.
Yep. Silver lining here for Team Liquid, despite not having any of their ultimates available right now. Their creep waves are pretty decent, so instead of going for the high ground here, EG gonna go for the Roshi instead. They will get it without any challenge. Your point about the Chronosphere not having too much combo, I think very relevant for the first 25-30 minutes, but I think we're getting to a point where if you land a good Chrono, the right clicks are starting to take off, right?
But they could in theory, but he's got a Linkage and a Diffusal Blade, right? Like there's.
I mean, Marigold's hitting pretty hard.
Oh, yeah.
Mind control is okay, you know, it's not great, but...
He's only got 18 stolen in. Like, I've seen support silencers with like 40 at this stage of the game, so...
I mean, my point is, it gets better as the game progresses. Your team's going to pick up more and more damage, so...
Yes. Well, silencer is an infinitely scaling core. You know, if this game goes 1,000 minutes, Liquid have 100% win rate.
Have you ever seen a 1,000-minute Dota game?
No, but there's a first time for everything.
There you go. I like that spirit.
Just please bring me coffee if it goes that long, Val.
Arrow, not gonna clip on Miracle. And Prophet does what Prophet does best. Pressure side lanes and hope that EG goes back for it.
EG have been very patient about this. I guess this is one area where, you know, it's nice having the bear because you can siege a little more safely than if you have to commit the hero in, but he does have ages. You have cheese up on Sumail. So certainly all the tools are there. They've both gone for their long-range Hurricane Pikes and low ground Arteezy getting to work.
Somebody kill that ward, man. That ward is allowing the siege to be happening.
And that's a dead melee rack. Yep. Liquid simply do not... Well, okay, they're going to glyph, but... Should be it.
Okay, dead bear.
If he ever gets enough health.
Backdoor protection.
Missing here for poor Arteezy, but now the Chrono gets the point. They make the move on Sumail. He's got the cheese. Ooh. He's down for the count. That is cool.
And now can they catch any
on
stragglers?
The run. Oh, GH on cleanup duty. Silence comes through. The Sprout's there to give them the vision, but the Spirit lending a bit of an assist as Crit tries to float away. Doesn't look like he'll make it out. Glimmer Cape ineffective. They give up 2. They did not get the melee. Those uphill misses for Arteezy.
There's no buyback for Sumail. Can they just all go top right now and make something of it?
The tier 2 standing in their way. They don't
top. There's nothing there.
They don't realize he doesn't. I don't think they go for that.
Well, they're definitely going to go for the tier 2, right? Like that's the ultimate safe option, dude. I guess you're right. Don't have caster vision.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
It's not.
Sorry, I just got a little bit excited. You know, like Liquid is down for so much, and all of a sudden, like a ray of hope. Don't count them boys out
yet. I know you've got a lot of Liquid cards. This is a safe space.
Safe space.
No one can hurt you here.
I actually forgot to do my fantasy.
Oh really?
I was so tired. I just went to bed.
What's your best card?
I don't have a golden envy, so it doesn't even matter. That's the real reason why I'm not doing the fantasy. Although to be fair, if I had a golden envy, I would have like negative points by the end of today.
Liquid are now finally able to venture outside the base. They get Precious Ward down and immediately Universe kills it. So it was good while it lasted. Now going for the BOTs. CG are going to try this again. It looks like they still have the Aegis. There is no glyph this time. Butterfly coming soon for Arteezy, who is extremely farmed. Sumail still has the cheese, so I mean all they've really lost is a bit of gold. And they make their move now. Chrono is ready. Global cooling down in 15. Almost enough time. Echo! Interruption on Universe, but there's no follow-up. He gets back safely. Didn't even commit the lasso. This could really come back to haunt Liquid. Got the Hex off as well, but you just retreat. They're gonna probably wait for this next wave and then try it again. They did get the melee racks while that was all happening. Objective.
That was the one that they came for all along. They will get it.
Dire's bottom tower.
So you know the play that Liquid just made? You jump on Sumail, you chrono him, and you get him killed. I'm not sure if that play is going to remain effective as the game goes on, because Crit is going to be watching out on that. He's going to position himself in a way where he will get off the Embrace. In the draft, we're saying the Embrace might not seem very good at the time, but as we move more and more into this late game scenario, the Embrace is going to get better and better. Might be the game turner, in fact.
Yeah, and Liquid, while they have like okay early to mid game nuke damage, it's not damage that really scales that well. There's no Lina with Laguna Blade or Invoker who could really dish it out and counter the Embrace hard.
I'm pretty sure Miracle will global though, in conjunction with the Chronosphere, so Crit needs a way to debuff that silence off of himself, and he is working towards a Lotus Orb, but
it's gonna be a while.
Yeah, gonna be a while given supply position.
BA comes in. EG still struggling to break this game wide open. It's been about that 10-11k gold lead for some time now. They did get closer to 20, but the spike has halted. Do you, walk me through in your mind how Liquid can fully get back in this game? Do you feel like this type of lineup just can take it late? Should they just be trying to farm? Should they be making plays, going aggressive? What's your ideal scenario if you're a Liquid fan right now?
Remember the way I describe how the Liquid lineup kind of scales is that they don't have spikes, but they scale very gradually. And the game has been kind of going long in a point where I think their heroes are scaling to a very dangerous manner for EG fans. So I think for Liquid, you just drag the game out long. Even though they lost the melee racks, I don't think it's like, oh my god, you lost melee, it's GG. In fact, I think EG needs to do a lot more work.
Like 2 lanes at least.
Yeah, 2 lanes with multiple waves constantly being pushed in, because you have a Prophet on your team as Liquid. You could easily repel this mid lane pressure. So for Liquid, it's about finding the right fights. This whole game has been fighting about finding the right fights. They have been super on point in terms of preventing the bad initiation from coming out. Right, Universe is normally so good on the hero, but this game, every time he comes in, he eats an Echo Slam. He has a Hex against him. And those are kind of plays that Liquid needs to do to keep themselves afloat in this game.
On the side of EG, they are getting pretty close to Sumail's level 25 talent here. Deep attack speed feels like it should be huge. He just actually want a tome. Try and get him there. Pops the tome, 2/3 of the
I think for EG, it's more about them being able to fight under the global. So even though I said, you know, the global hasn't been doing anything, obviously it's been annoying Crit and Zai in particular very hard. Crit in particular getting off his curse and co-embrace is going to be the game changer. So him getting towards his Lotus Orb is going to be huge.
Mind Control is going to show himself here bottom. He did back off for Ashiva's guard. They are, meanwhile, trying to set up a crit. He tries to flap away, gets locked down, controlled, and finished off. Another +2. Miracle rising back. The ranks slowly but surely finding these pools, closing in on Assault Cuirass. Like he said, I definitely do not sleep on the late game silencer. This hero hits extremely hard with the farm and with the kills.
In particular, once you get the 200 attack range at 25, it's not, you know, infeasible to start talking about level 25 talents, but he stands back and it's like a cannon every hit. I've seen Arcane Curse also being leveled up, although
especially with the Void and the Shaker, like, you have such good setup to allow a silencer to just sit back and wail away at you. Some games the silencer is constantly running for his life, but I don't necessarily think this will. A lot of it comes down to Universe if he can somehow catch him, but there's a lot of other heroes to worry about. Universe hasn't really... There was one time where he got the silencer over near mid, you know, up near where the Ancients are. That's been about it.
I know earlier we were kind of talking about EG tying up the series, you know, 1-1, but maybe we spoke too soon. Now, I don't think, you know, Liquid is having a 50-50% chance of winning this game. EG is still advantage, but definitely could see Liquid playing well, winning a fight or two, and coming right back.
Don't forget, they do have the Nature's Prophet. Now, granted, he hasn't really itemized for the
Crit again walks into a smoke gang, but this time
he's breaking one. So dodges a bullet. That was another smoke committed by Liquid, and all of this with the Roche about to respawn. They've even got their Serpent Wards ready. They would love to just walk into the pit, steal that Aegis Cheese away. Would be a massive swing of momentum, but not one that EG will away for free.
EG, I don't think they know that Roche is up, unless it's past the possible Roche respawn timer. But Liquid obviously do know they've sent Treants in time and time again.
They definitely suspect something's up, just judging by the way they're sticking around the pit. Now it's their turn to smoke. They find more success. Remember, we've seen a few ganks from EG where they walk headlong into the global. This is a chrono, and here we go. Starting off, Matumbaman's there. They follow this up. But do they have the damage to bring Arteezy down? They're trying to focus on this low Germany. BKBs immediately forcing Matumbaman on his heels. From the side of the fight, KuroKy managed to get a good trap off. Finds his own pick. The supports are dropping like flies, but EG's core standing strong. Miracle gets forced away. And now, KuroKy turned on. They've got to keep him under control. Sumail just cheesing up, staying alive through it all. And the silence from Mind Control in the Sprout.
Triple arrow!
And in the Sprout, he will die. 4 down, double buyback available. They're just so ultimate reliant on this Liquid side. I don't think they can stand against CG in round 2, Lumi.
So Void Chrono Arteezy, but what happened was there was a fissure through the Chrono, so he had to walk out the Chrono, walk around the fissure, and by the time he got around to Arteezy, the Chrono ended, and they just killed him. Arrow climbing in, zoning everybody away. They will take that range racks. They're moving for melee. Buybacks are not being used on Faceless Void, and like you said, even if he did buyback, no chrono.
Gonna try to jump Miracle. They've got the lasso available again, the chrono or rather the void buyback, but nothing really to combo with it. No AoE, no control. They will, well, they'll get Sumail here trapped up in the Sprout, but the Glimmer Cape keeps him alive. Cold Embrace there as well. Sumail healing right back up to full HP. Still has the leap. He's actually going in. He wants to fight this more than now. The Winter's Curse is committed. Mind Control's been put under by Zai, setting up with the Air Splitter. This could be a dieback potentially. Mind Control's gonna get the hell out of Dodger. TZ lunging in with the BKB. Dishing out the damage. Sumail stays alive again. It's Crit to the rescue. No, it's Kuro with the Zap. Gives them the taser, but still 3 have fallen. They're dropping like flies here for Liquid and EG. Charging in once this tier 3 tower, but gotta beware the buybacks try to keep track of how many heroes can even rejoin the fight, and they do know Chrono is cooling down. Nature's Prophet is going to start ramping up in terms of the damage output. He finds the kill on Zai in the bottom lane.
That wasn't so bad for Liquid. I think
Salvage.
I think Liquid won that team fight, right? They traded buybacks left and right. Mirana, unfortunately, bought back and wasn't able to get the fight. Now, if they get the Aegis, I guess it's still okay for EG out there, but...
So they used 3 buybacks, but EG also used 3.
Right, but they get the Aegis and Cheese, so that's the big one.
So in theory, that should favor EG in this next fight.
Right, and of course they
but Liquid also have their ults now, which they didn't before.
Liquid went from a position where they lost 4, and I thought they were gonna just lose the game too. It's like, okay, it's not that terrible. Again, Liquid clutching it out in this late game. They need to start de-warding their base though. Like, it's making Batrider's job so much easier to have this vision. And there you go. They still have to jump.
I really feel like they have a damage problem now. Like, the only hero that hits hard is the Silencer, and he doesn't seem able to man fight either the Mirana or the Lone Druid, especially when they pop their BKBs, so...
Prophet's getting there. He has the Bloodthorn almost finished. Well, not almost. Maybe 2k away.
And that's essential against Sumail for that true strike for the team. That said Sumail.
Oh, not MKB. Sorry, Bloodthorn I said.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, when you use the active.
You talk about true strike. Did I say MKB? Because, you know, I always say the wrong thing.
You're tripping, Lumi. You're tripping.
You're making me doubt myself.
How am I making you doubt yourself? You're just doubting yourself.
Nah, I never doubt myself. EG. So let's talk about the triple arrow, because it seems really memey, and we already talked about how much of a big factor the leap attack speed for the whole team is. Do you think that the triple arrow is actually good here, or? It forces heroes to kind of reposition, and sometimes you just get a straight arrow hit. But the guarantee of the leap bonus.
I thought for sure he was going to go for the leap, to be honest. I guess it's very annoying, like during Chronosphere, like where no matter where you run, there's a pretty good chance that you're going to get arrowed. It's also a nice scouting tool. It's just spray and pray from Sumail. I guess that's the idea, right? You just keep on spraying and praying, and maybe one of these arrows connects, then you have an opening.
I mean, you're looking at this push, and I guess the attack speed bonus is not necessary, right? Like, the tree is just gonna hit.
It's excessive. There's the Bloodthorn that you mentioned. Buybacks are completely lacking. Only Lone Druid has one. That's the one hero that's been caught, but the arrow comes through. Matumba's gonna run. Now the BKB from Arteezy on the chase. Diving towards Kuro, who's been silenced. He gets the wards off in a decent position, protecting the racks at least for now. But Sumail, though he has been controlled by Mind Control, there isn't the damage follow-up to kill him off, but Tumba lunges back in. He might just drop. They can't deal with Sumail. Then they get the silence off. They will bring him down once. The Aegis is there, though. Lone Druid buyback also available if he needs it, so they've got extra life. The curse comes through. Matumba's dead. He still doesn't have to buyback. Now charging forward his Universe Arteezy cleans up. 5-man wipe. EG saved the day. Make it 3-3 for them, and a first loss at the International for Liquid. Will be heading into the mark.
Oh man, this game just makes me want to think, why is it not a best of 3? Like, these two teams are so good playing against each other. That last team fight, that curse, he blinked in, used Splinter Blast to break the Lincolns, and then just BAM! That was a knockout punch. Great play by Crit.
It was very difficult for Liquid to come back, I think, the way the game developed. I do feel like the Silencer just...
Hah?
TNC siapa bisa?
Dada, kuku.
Pinoy itulah.
Naisaki. Hilang semua.
0,28 sebanyak itu.
Itu banyak dah.
Kita lari. Apa yang tinggal ke?